Welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors, everyone. I don't know if I'm ready to go out on the line again today, but we're gonna give her a go. Just got the hot rod warming up here. Really don't have too much for you other than it's been below freezing or at freezing pretty much all night. Like last night when I went to bed, it was 32 degrees. It's 29 right now, so but the wind's been up, you know, south. It switched from north to south, and then over today it's going to switch back to the north again. But so I don't know. Hopefully some of the sloughs stayed open enough that maybe a guy get lucky, catch another mink. We're going to swing by the trapping shed and grab a my icebreaker. Hopefully it's supposed to get into the 50s today, so hopefully if we did get a little ice, if I open my sets back up again, you know, they'll be working into the night tonight. But tomorrow we're gonna end up pulling pretty much all the, or most of the water line. Basically tonight, once like even by dark almost, it's gonna be below freezing or at freezing at dark tonight. It's not supposed to get above freezing for basically the next 4 days, and that's what I have left to trap. So we're not gonna, I think so tomorrow we're gonna end up pulling probably most of the mink sets. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. If I get there tomorrow and the sets are still working without being iced in, we're gonna leave them for one more day. But if they're iced in at all, we're gonna have to pull them, because if they're iced in already, they're gonna stay iced in and it's gonna get worse. So I don't want to be busting, you know, 3/4 of an inch or an inch of ice to get my sets back out. So like I said, if there's any ice around them at all, tomorrow we're gonna pull them. Today, hopefully I can knock the ice away from them a little bit and get them working at least for one more day here. And hopefully, like I said, we got another mink caught today, or maybe catch another one tomorrow. There might be a couple spots that might stay open here for another day or so, so we'll see. But again, my plan is to kind of pull most of the water line tomorrow. So, because some of the sloughs have had like a skim of ice on them in the mornings when I first start running here. There's a couple small sloughs that I don't have any sets in or nothing. They're on private land that I don't have permission for, but they've had a skim of ice or been partly froze over already, and it's been warmer, you know, overnight previous nights than it was last night. So I don't know, I kind of think we're going to be busting some ice today. So as far as the truck goes, I do think we're actually going to downsize a little bit. This big tote of coyote traps I'm going to take out of here. The 2 mink boxes I'm going to take out of here. Yeah, maybe a couple of these raccoon traps, one of these 2 things of raccoon traps here. Like I said, we're kind of down to the end. I'm not going to be adding too many, if any, sets. Honestly, probably not going to be adding any sets. So yeah, it's going to be just get me a little room in here, light my truck up a little bit. You know, I'm carrying around 100 pounds of weight. You know, cost me gas to pull it around all the time, driving across fields and everything else. It's hard on the gear, hard on my pickup. So yeah, I don't know. We're, like I said, as long as I'm down there, we're gonna throw that one tote out of coyote traps. I'll grab another tote and throw just a couple of these in there. So I do have a couple spares in case I do make a catch and I have to replace my trap. Kind of same thing with the raccoon traps, you know, just keep a couple in here just in case I need them to replace a trap that makes a catch. You know, if they ball it up with mud or bend something like that, sometimes you do have to replace them on the line. So I'm a little bit earlier than I have been the last few days anyway. So like I said, we're gonna run down, take 5 minutes and just kind of clean up the truck a little bit, and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, I called my shot yesterday. We'll see if it comes true or not. I feel like we're gonna have a coyote out on the line today, so you heard it here first. We'll see if I can make it happen. All right, guys. Well, I kind of wondered if this wasn't gonna be the case. I busted ice around 3 sets already, muskrat sets. I maybe should have just pulled them. I'm not sure if it will get open again or not. But like I'm by this big slough here, and the ice is right here. All this is froze over. This whole side's froze over. So the sets down here I'll be pulling today. I'm not even gonna worry about leaving them. And then my mink set over here, we're gonna have to see if we can do something different with that, because it's literally just so it's out of where the open water is. So I may have to just move my trap around a little bit or something and turn. My pipe is kind of facing this way, turn it this way, and hopefully I can get it into the open water there. But I did turn you on for a reason. Like I said, this whole side's all froze over, basically right up flush with the culvert here. So like this set here, the ice is right up to my pole. So it's ice this way, open this way. But I see my 110 is set off. Bingo bango. We're not skunked for the day. What? So one little muskrat. He's not big, I understand that, but a muskrat's a muskrat. Kept me from getting skunked today. And honestly, I mean, I don't know. So these sets, like I said, the culvert stays open underneath this thing. So we're gonna just turn that foothold around so he's facing the other way into the culvert. And we'll get this 110 remade. We'll get my mink set remade. Yesterday, these other sets had nothing in them. But today we're gonna pull them either way. So if they got something, I'll show you. Otherwise, we'll pick them up on my way by. All right, everyone, I'm out to my beaver set here. Basically a nest set from that Weasel, the Weasel box I had the shrew in. But we're gonna end up pulling the old beaver set today. Sue's froze over. There's one little spot right here open, and then it's open way on the other end. But even if the wind turns around, it's not gonna get this Sue open back up. My 330 right here. Have my cast around my 330. Looks like a good 1/4 inch ice or more around it. So like I said, we'll get this guy pulled out of here. And then on this side, I haven't checked any of my sets over here, but about right over here are my two pole sets where I've been making muskrat catches. The 110's still working. I can't see the foothold, but they're frozen. And I'm pretty sure my mink set is frozen over here too. So we'll have to kind of make a decision if I bust the ice around them or not. But I may be pulling all the sets here, but if I do have any catches over there, we'll turn you guys back on. But in the meantime, we'll get this set pulled. Like I said, it's just we're right at the end. It's going to freeze everything up tomorrow anyway, so whether I pull it today or pull it tomorrow. So, and since this one's frozen, like I said, it's just going to be probably a 1/2 inch ice or more by morning or by tomorrow when I get here. So probably even more than that if it's a 1/4 inch already. So save me a little extra work tomorrow busting ice trying to get it out of there when I can do it today. It's not going to catch anything the way it's sat anyway with ice in here. So all right, we'll get this one out of here. We'll probably try and get these other ones working if I can. I want to leave them if I can. You know, I ain't going to catch anything if the traps aren't set someplace. So all right, we'll get all this working again anyway, and we'll be on our way. I don't know how I do it, but sometimes you just get that feeling that it should be good. I don't know, I think the wind actually was up a little higher all last night than what I thought it was gonna be anyway. I think it blew like 15, 20 most of the night, and it's been blowing like close to 15 all day. I'm hiding behind my truck here a little bit to get out of the wind, but I do have a catch here. So what I have is a drainage ditch back behind me here in the alfalfa field. So this runs up to that house up here, kind of actually, and then runs this way. I got a coyote set over there, and then the ditch runs here, runs around, and it gets over here by the fence line, and then it runs that way towards some sloughs. And I don't know, I found this spot kind of by accident a few years ago, but bingo bango, I called my shot, and there he is. I only got a couple more coyote traps to check here. I'm on the main line, and bingo, got myself a nice looking coyote, nice gray color, not quite as tan as some of them have been, or reddish color as some of them has been, but Lay still. Looks like he doesn't have a bird in him, just beautiful, clean looking coyote. He's made a mess of my set. So 2 days ago, the actual farmer, you can see all these scratch marks. He went out here and he worked up, and he's actually driving around out here with a little payloader, but he worked around the ditches and stuff out here, and he actually run over that set with the tractor and actually set this one off with the digger teeth, or the not digger teeth, but anyway, the rake on the back of his digger set this trap off. So I had to remake them both when I was out here. That was the day the wind was blowing like 30 miles an hour, and I had to remake these 2 sets, but it was worth it now. Boy, I was kind of getting to wonder if it was going to be just a single muskrat for the day, but like I said, I do have a few more traps to check on the main line here, and happy to have him. That's number 14 for the year, which, is about half of what a normal season would be for me. So, and I don't know. I don't know if numbers are down or if what's really going on. I've had a few dug up traps and different things, so I think there's animals around. I'm just not catching them. But anyway, we'll get this guy out of here, get this set remade. He's got her pretty well leveled off the way it looks, but imagine with the farmer out here bouncing around, he's probably been jumping around for a while here. But all right, called it. Boom, coyote on the line. All right, we'll get him out of here, get moved on. What a tough day on the line. Not like physically tough, just kind of tough go of it. Did come through on my promise for you guys, but man, wish I would have had, wishes, I guess. Wish every trap was full, honestly, but a little surprised that it was as slow as it was on the line. Honestly, I kind of thought with it cooling off a little bit last night, it was a little cooler than it has been. A good chunk of my water line had some ice by or on, around my set, so I busted ice. Other than I pulled 1 beaver set and 4 muskrat sets is all I pulled today. Then 4 muskrat sets, there's zero way they were going to open back up. I could have busted the ice. Imagine if I'd have went back this evening, they'd have been froze around them already. So, and that beaver set it was the same thing. You could have busted the ice, but it's going to freeze right up almost as quick as you bust it. So a couple of the other ones, I probably wasted my time busting the ice. Yeah, it just, again, they ain't going to make me any catches riding around in the truck or down in the trap shed, but, so might as well bust a little ice. If animals move, it's warming up. Jacket's almost too much. I've been kind of going back and forth whether I take it off or not, but it's warming up, so all it's going to take, is just that right muskrat to move around right at dusk. And just, yeah, even a mink, and just my sets are going to work a ways into the night here, especially like I said, it is warming up. It's supposed to get close to 50 degrees today, so even till it gets dark at 5, they might be working till 10. Well, in those 5 hours, that's all I maybe need to maybe make another catch. Otherwise, we're going to be pulling majority of the water line. There may be a couple of them that I might leave out for one more day, and or, like them sets by that big culvert there. I'd like to leave that mink set as long as it's working. And if I'm checking a mink set, I might as well leave those muskrat sets. Granted, I'm catching itty bitty muskrats today, just a little tiny guy there, but that may be my only catch, some of these days, because this is the first land animal we've got in 3 checks now. So, I guess I caught a mouse yesterday and a shrew today, but nice looking coyote. I called it that I was going to have one caught today. He's got a couple burrs right in the front of his neck here, right here. There's one. But otherwise, he's like clean, and he's nice and heavy furred. When you stand the fur up and it doesn't like fall right back down again, usually that's a sign that they're, good and prime. You know, and I'm right here towards Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, so usually that's about as prime as they're going to get around here, and then they're going to start looking rubbed. You leave them too long, so you know, they might get a little more prime than this guy, but it ain't going to be too much. He's got a beautiful hackle on him. He's a lot more silvery colored than a lot of them I've been catching. You know, he's got tan legs, but, you know, body-wise, he's not as tan as some of them, so I'm not sure. We'll obviously get the muskrat skinned and fleshed and put up tonight. We're going to get the coyote skinned today. We'll see if I get around to fleshing him and boarding him tonight. I fleshed 3 beavers yesterday. I got 2 of them on boards. I only got 2 boards, so 2 of them on boards. By about tomorrow, the 2 I got should be dry enough that I can flip the board over and put one on the backside. So I'll have 3 beavers done. I turned one of the 2 badgers I did the night before. I maybe shouldn't have, but man, it seemed like it was plenty dry before when I took it off the board, but then once I turned it, it seemed plenty loose. So I left the second one. We're going to turn him this afternoon here. I got a few muskrats to take off stretchers. You know, the 10 I caught the other day, I got them to take off. Got one to get fleshed and put on. And that might be the end of my fur work tonight. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to mess with the coyote tonight. If anything, it's supposed to cool off, so what I do is I just throw them, I skin them, and I'll throw them in a garbage bag, and then I, you know, as tight as I can, you know, suck all the air out of it or squeeze the air out of it. Then I just throw them in my entryway here, you know, and as cold as it's supposed to get, they're talking like high or low around like 12 degrees tonight. So, like I said, stuff's going to be froze tomorrow, so we're going to be busting a fair amount of ice. My icebreaker's not doing very good. I might see if I can doctor that up a little bit for tomorrow. Because, again, I don't want to get in the water if I don't have to. So, either that, I got to find something a little better than that to bust ice with. So, yeah. Kind of a struggle this year on the line in general. I'll be flat honest with you. So, glad to have a catch or 2 today, but you know, it's towards the end of the season. Normally catch rates fall way off, but all along here my catch rate's been down. You know, I only got 8 raccoons caught for the entire season. Normally, I mean, even on a bad year, I'm around 20, so I just don't really know what's going on there. And I don't know, we had a super dry spring all the way up until about mid-August, and I don't know if that you know, affected animal numbers. It's kind of funny. So I'm looking at this guy here. It's an adult coyote, I would say, but to me, he's got a really big head and he's really skinny. You know, he's well furred, don't get me wrong, so I think he's a healthy dog, but it just seems like he's got a really big head on him, you know, and his canine is wore off there, so it's an older dog, you know, but he's just got a big head and a skinny body, and I kind of wonder if that ain't part of the reason why there ain't so many around this year. You know, if prey animals are down, coyotes can adjust their litter size and stuff to, you know, accordingly. So and then who knows, they might have just abandoned them or died or whatever just because of lack of food this year. Or, you know, I don't know, but I don't know how much the moisture affects, you know, rabbit populations and other things, but can't help it any when it's, you know, we were literally in a severe drought for 3 months essentially. Had like a half an inch of rain or an inch of rain in 3 months. So, all right, I guess I'm done talking for the day. Yeah, I'll get this beaver set up here, thrown in the trap shed. We'll get these 2 guys taken care of. Like I said, I think I'm about ready to pull the line or pull sets as I have to. Tomorrow I want a fair amount of room in here because I'll have to get all those drowning rigs and everything all in here. I'm going to try and not just throw them in here. I'm actually going to try and take the trap off of them and take the plate off of them and kind of coil up the drowning wire and that type of stuff. Just try, you know, I got plenty of time. You know, I'm home early again today. When you don't have many catches, many sets set off, you know, you make good time through the lines. So I do have a couple projects around the house I didn't do yesterday because I wanted to get them beavers fleshed. So we're going to get them done today too. And yeah, I don't know. I'd rather be catching fur and doing that than doing housework, but it is what it is. I don't know. I wish I had more to tell you guys, I guess. More like, exciting to show you, but that's just, it's the end of the kind of end of my trap line. Things slow down. It is what it is, but all right. I guess we got the monster muskrat. He's like a small to medium and a decent looking coyote. Probably the best thickness of fur coyote I've caught all season. Not a bad day on the line, honestly. I mean, I'm complaining a little bit, but not a bad day out there. Otherwise, I guess we'll see you guys out on the line tomorrow.